Hey, welcome back to Moomba. Today I want to show you how to request an AWS certificate. I've done a similar video to this before where we registered the certificate with GoDaddy. This one is mostly the same except for the last 2 or 3 slides where we registered this certificate with AWS's Route 53. So that part I'm going to show you today. So the first thing that you might want to know is, why would you need a certificate? So if you look up here at this lock on the page, this basically tells you that the page and any traffic between the page and the server, let's just say this site was hosted with by a web server, the traffic between those two machines, your machine, your computer, phone, whatever, and that web server, that traffic is protected. It's private so that no one else can see it. And that's important for things like, if someone wanted to make a purchase from your website with a credit card, you wouldn't want the information, the credit card number, the 3-digit PIN, all that information to go through, that you wouldn't want that communication or that data to flow to the web server unencrypted where anybody could see it. Another reason why you want the a certificate is so that the site, so Google prioritizes, and maybe other search engines, but Google prioritizes sites that just displayed or ranked. And this is all part of SEO, which I won't get into that. But anyway, you can improve your ranking basically on Google. So when somebody searches for your domain or your page, they, it improves your results. So instead of showing up at the bottom of the first page, or maybe even on the second page, you might appear closer to the top of the page, which is what you want, right? Because most people don't scroll down the page or go to the second page. It just doesn't happen very often unless you're looking for something very specific. So something else I wanted to point out to you is that when you click this lock, and here where it says connection secure, you'll see that it says verified by Amazon. So this tells you that the certificate was generated by Amazon, and you can get a certificate from other providers, for example like GoDaddy, but GoDaddy charges about $60 for theirs, and Amazon gives it to you for free, which is great. So if you want to save a little bit of money and add a little security to your add security to your site, not a little, then this is a good way to go because you're not paying for it, right? So something else that I wanted to show here, this is a static website, and I know I've talked about this before, and it was even part of another series that I did. But basically, a static website has no, there's no web server on the back end, meaning that it limits what you can do. So everything that happens, with this page, when you interact with the page, is in the browser on the local machine. It doesn't, like I said, there's no data that leaves this information and goes to another server. So it does limit your options of what you can do with the page, but you can display information about the site. This happens to be one of mine. So if you click about, it takes you to this section here. I click blog jumps down here, and if I click there, then I can kind of scroll through. Contact takes me to the end of the page. We have a email address there. So like I said, it's very limited, but you can at least have a landing site, which is what a site like this is called, because it shows, basic information. It gives information about your company, your business, or whatever. And that's about as far as it goes. There's not, like I said, there's not much you can do except display information or have a nice little animation. So anyway, let's get to the actual tutorial. So the first thing we want to do is go to the AWS's console page and click Certificate Manager. On AWS Certificate Manager certificates, it will list all your certificates. You want to click request. On this page, make sure request a public certificate is selected. It's the default, and I don't think you can select a private certificate. Click next. This page, I want to show the fully qualified domain name. Here you can see that there are 2 records. So this first one would be what they call your top level domain, or the naked domain. For example, the page that I showed you previously, my site is sanjapfarm.com. That's considered the top level domain. This line is basically the top level domain with a prefix www dot, which is quite common. That's normally what you see when you in a URL for a website. So you want both of those, and I won't get into the reasons why now, but it's helpful to have both. Make sure validation method selected is DNS. Scroll down, click request. Okay, so here we see the confirmation message that says that the certificate was requested. Here, if you click view certificate status, it shows that it's currently pending. So this is where the tutorial is different, departs from the one that I did before with GoDaddy. So AWS has a registrar for domain names, and it's called Route 53. So in this case, instead of going to GoDaddy with the C name and the C values and plugging those in there, we want to click this button here that says create records in Route 53, because Route 53 is going to send the traffic to our site. Okay, on the next page, this just shows that you have a couple of domain names that are pending. Click create records. Here it says it successfully created the DNS records, and the status is pending. So it's going to take a little while, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Honestly, I don't remember, but just leave and come back and then check on it. And when it's done, come back to the Certificate Manager Certificates page, and you'll see the status is issued. And down here in domains, you'll see that it says success. And but before I mentioned this would be the top level domain, and this is the www dot, domain, basically with your your top level domain. So we want both forms here. Okay, this video is a little longer than usual, but this is all I wanted to show you today. If you found value, hit like and subscribe. See you next time.